good, fam?
I'll tell you what's not good. I hate this cold weather, man. I don't like it. I don't like this pre-fall bullshit. No. I want my 85 to 95 degrees. Enough of this 71-degree room temperature garbage outside. I'm glad it's sunny, but for those keeping track, we still got 4 more weeks of summer.
Bro, you're going to have to move down south. We're in the north. Winter is coming.
I don't know,
you better just prepare for it now.
I don't know, man.
You don't got to get ready, brother.
There's animals down south that can eat me. I don't know about that.
I'm already in a hoodie, bro. Shout out to me. Shout out to Boss Mac Streetwear. I caught this off. I love the Boss Mac podcast, man. He just keeps it real.
Yeah, I'm wearing my flannel pajama pants right now, so I'm free. I'm not freezing, but it's like I feel like shorts would be too cold right now.
So Johnny, it's Bumble. We're looking at some lovely ladies tonight. We're breaking down some dating profiles for the fellas. We're gonna help them read between the lines. And gentlemen, we want to help you with your own dating profiles as well. So if you're struggling, let us know in the comments. We'll give you some tips on how to step your game up with that. And other than that, Johnny, give me a second and I'll get us rolling tonight. Well, I'll tell you what, while I do that, sir, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody we have watching us tonight?
I thought you'd never ask, Uncle Bill. I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I'm actually a personal trainer and lifestyle coach out here in Pittsburgh, PA. Online business is starting to heat up a little bit, but I do have a lot of time slots left. Get with me in the DMs. My email is in the description. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about what I can do for you or my successes so much as I'm here to talk about my failures. I am a professional screw up. I've done it enough times to tell people that I am good at it. So, gentlemen, and I want to make sure you hear me when I say this, gentlemen, if there is something you are thinking of doing in the name of love, romance, or the thing the algorithm doesn't like when I say, remember, take a step back and repeat to yourself what you're thinking of doing. And if that sounds stupid, reckless, foolishly expensive, risky, something that could tie you up for weeks, months, or even years, let's go ahead and have you put it in the comments. Send us a message before you do anything like that. Chances are one or both of us has done it and learned the hard way why you don't do it. In short, we're the uncles the whole family talks about, and it's because there's a lot you can learn from the things we have screwed up.
Let me go ahead and introduce myself real quick. My name is William, and let me welcome you to my channel. It's called William the Conqueror, where I'll show you how to conquer the hearts and minds of women the world over. But nephews, you got to have the ability to conquer yourself first. I'm talking about self-discipline, self-respect, and a lot of other things we need to become better men than we were today on our journeys. All right, Johnny, I think I got everything ready. Set my mic here. So, everybody, Johnny is very goal-oriented, as you should be as well. He likes for me to swipe on at least 3 profiles every week. And so that's our goal for tonight. I'm looking for 3 solid women whom I want to date. Now we have to preview each profile. So we're going to jump back and forth, screen to screen, looking at some of these profiles. And that's because some of the platforms that we broadcast on, they have community guidelines, and their community guidelines don't like it when you show children on your show. And Johnny and I are big advocates for keeping our children safe. So anytime we come across the woman's dating profile that doesn't have her kids blocked out, we're going to skip right over that. So I have to look at each profile before I share the screen. But even if it's somebody I'm really not interested in, Johnny and I are going to give you the game on how to get at them, because we want to help you out, nephews. We want your own dating experiences to be better. We want you to benefit from these shows. We want to show you what to look for, what to stay away from. We've been doing it for years successfully, I might add. So we want to give y'all the game, teach you what we do.
And we've also done it unsuccessfully, and you can learn just as much from that too, fellas.
All right, now, Johnny, I want to keep my DMs covered up. You know, sometimes I share those, but yeah, okay, you can't really see the conversations. Good. All right.
Ladies, please slow down on the messages to Uncle Bill here, 2 at a time, okay? No more than that.
Well, look, I turned my ringer off while we're live, but Johnny, I also need to hear if we're going to get a call for the show. So I'll get the phone lines open here in just a minute. But can you see Shaquille here, Johnny?
I can. What's up, Shaq?
Says she's 33. All right, Johnny, we got a bio. And look, nephews, let me tell you why I like this. Now,
I still think it'd be funnier.
Hey,
I still think it'd be funnier if it said 32.
Johnny and I'll be the first ones to tell you that 95% of this stuff is fluff. And that's because when you meet a woman, you're not meeting the real her. You're meeting her representative. You're meeting the version of her she wishes to present to you. So we know a lot of these rules that they have are easily bent when you give them a reason to. John, you want to tell them a little bit more about that?
Well, it's basically the way attraction works, guys. So here's the thing. I'll give you a good example. We had a profile that we came across a couple of weeks ago, and she said she not so many words asked that she find a man who can lead. And the next sentence, she's talking about we could go for a hike, go, miniature golf, whatever the hell else it was that she put in there. The point of the matter is this: if you were a man who was planning to lead her, that last sentence wouldn't have mattered. But she's giving you that last sentence because if you are taking one of those suggestions, it tells her, look, this guy didn't know how to lead. He used one of, I listed some stuff. I mean, she didn't list more than 3 or 4 things. I mean, there's only a million things you could do, right? And so, I mean, that's just it. She's either going to give you the opportunity to lead for an entire relationship, or she can go ahead and take the lead for a date or two.
Okay. And nephews, let me tell you something else. When they don't have a bio, when they don't answer the questions on Bumble, when they don't take the time and effort and put energy into making their dating profile, and they just add a few pictures from their camera roll, that makes me feel like they're not trying. They're not really putting forth an effort. So to me, that's indicative that they're not going to really put forth an effort for me. And nephews, I'm looking for women that are going to go hard for me.
Right. And when it comes to the attraction point, and building on the last point too, is if you're having to have her lead the way now, from an attraction standpoint, if you are the guy that she is not biologically attracted to, she's gonna have all kinds of rules, brother. I don't go home with you on the first date, or I don't kiss on the first date. I have to get to know you better. You're gonna hear things like that. And the thing of it is, this sounds like, and listen, and these all sound to the untrained ear to be reasonable things to say. But remember that having your own set of rules is a lot less about keeping a clean image and feeling better about yourself at the end of a date, and a lot more about weeding out the people that you are not attracted to, whether it's because of their weaknesses, because of what they don't bring, whatever it is they don't exude. But I promise you that those rules not only go out the window, but might not ever even be uttered if she knows from the very beginning that she is biologically attracted to you. Attraction is lawless. It is absolutely lawless. It is the wild freaking west of love and romance and sexual sexual personal connection. There are no rules, not even the ones she tries to make for herself. If she is attracted to you and she gets to that point,
Well,
what rules?
Johnny, this is what we talk about, leadership. She now has to follow my rules. I have a set of rules for how I live my life, how I conduct myself, and how I expect a lady to conduct herself. And if
The program.
yeah, exactly, my program. If she can't follow my program, then I'm losing interest in her.
Yep.
So let's talk about Shaquille here, and let's read her bio, Johnny, and let's see what you think about it. All right. Shaquille says, I'm looking
Let
for
me see one company line in here.
Okay. I'm looking for a genuine, emotionally intelligent people to do life with. And if I happen to find an Alex to my Layla Hermosi along the way, bonus. I'm always on a spontaneous adventure, either outdoors or in a new place. I rarely miss a Pens game.
Bless that bitch.
Hey, let's go Pens.
Hey,
I'm actually sitting on my Penguins blanket right now.
She had you at Pens game, didn't she?
And yes, and not just because I'm a fan of the Pens myself. But also because the thing is that she started off a little slow with this particular description, a little bit vague. I thought
Nah,
everybody's
nah.
looking for genuine, everybody's looking for emotionally intelligent or what we think is emotionally intelligent. But she does get to the point where she's going, now I want the Alex to my Layla Hermosi. Okay, that's more specific as far as the kind of chemistry you're looking for. But again, this is your fairy tale that you're looking for, and hey, there's nothing wrong with having goals. But I like when she goes on with the bonus. I'm always a spontaneous adventure, either outdoors or in a new place. So, I mean, she's giving you a little bit of insight. She likes to keep things fresh.
Right.
Um, and, well, actually, when it comes to the pens, we might want to consider getting some faster skaters for this season, but that's neither here nor there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think she does kind of get a little bit better with the way with the way she puts that across. I still need to see a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, we're off to
Okay.
not a bad start.
So emotionally intelligent. Now, I think I exhibit a high level of emotional intelligence. So I'll be able to assess her level on my own. But there's a word in here that sticks out, Johnny. You know what it does not say? It does not say I'm looking for genuine, emotionally intelligent man to do life with. It says people, which makes me think that she's into guys and girls, which makes me think she could be a lot of fun.
It makes me think I better look up Alex and Layla here. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't get that reference, but it does sound rather specific.
Okay. Well, let's see what else we got. It says she rarely drinks. So, and between her mentioning adventure, either outdoors or in a new place, and the rarely drinks, this would be one I would know better than to ask to meet me to drink at a bar. That would probably be
Right?
a coffee date or a feed the ducks type date there.
Absolutely.
Yep. See, look at her outdoors.
All right.
All right. So what do we have? We just had a bio. Hmm. Oh, she's right around the corner. Look at that, Johnny.
Where's the set?
Nothing.
Oh, I see. Got it.
All right, Brody. I'm on the fence about it. What do you think?
I mean, she's showing what I know to be, a lot of pictures from the local area, so it's not some far off model, whatever it is. Um, the bio's vague. I'm glad to see there is one. I'm also kind of glad to see that she didn't just put a list of things she doesn't like. That to me is an immediate turnoff. I understand that there are boundaries and things like that. I feel like you can establish that when we, actually have conversations. But if all you have in your bio is crap you don't want, crap you're not looking for, things you're not going to put up with, hey, good for you. But at least include something that at least gives us a window into your personality if you're not going to give us a reason, to swipe on you based on, what it is that you think that you bring, to your part of that relationship.
Okay. So, from my point of view here, I don't see her anything about how I need to take her out, uh, dinners, any of that stuff. I see a little bit about what this woman likes to do. I don't see anything about what she would do for me. Now, that's not really a red flag for me because I have my own playbook for every woman that comes into my life. And what she did before me is not indicative to what she's going to do while she's with me. So I can give her a new playbook, a new set of rules, and get her to follow the program. Um, I think I'm going to swipe on her, Johnny. She's right around the corner. Maybe we can go for a little hike or something.
Yeah, why not? I mean, she's obviously an outdoorsy type. She's not going to be the type to sit around stagnating. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is one.
Bless that bitch.
All right, let's get it. Moving on.
Moving on. All right. All right. Hold on a second here. Johnny, we got Maura. Maura just says hello. Moira, how you doing this
Hey, what's up,
evening?
Maura?
If you have any questions, just put them in the chat. Johnny and I would be happy to answer them for you.
And I would really
We
love a
appreciate the
pronunciation on that
support.
first name.
All right, let me preview the next profile, Johnny. All right.
While Bill's doing that, guys, hey, if you have any
Oh, I got
stories
it
about
ready.
meetings, oh, right.
Go ahead. No. Go
I'm
ahead,
just saying,
Johnny.
look, if you got any stories, great, good stories, bad stories, scary stories about online dating, hey, share them in the comments with us. We love to read stuff like that. So,
Yeah, we would love to hear about some of your online dating experiences. Uh, Here's what typically happens.
just don't name
Johnny and I
names.
we want to help young men. Really, we want to help men of all ages do better at dating. And the shorts that we make, we do reach quite a few people with those. But what tends to happen is we get a lot of females in the live streams, and it
Yeah.
surprises us that we don't have more young men in the live streams with these females asking questions and getting feedback from them themselves as well. So we
Yeah. I mean, the thing of it
appreciate the
is,
comments. We appreciate the support. Thank you for showing us some love.
yeah, I mean, these girls are coming and giving you, sharing the game with you. I mean, it's not just us that are trying to help you improve. These girls are here, giving you their perspective. And don't worry, guys, if they're capping, we'll call them out on it.
All right, Johnny. We got Marie, 27. Man, I like it when they got freckles, Johnny. I'm telling you, there's just something about freckles that does it for me. Now, Johnny, first off, no bio.
Oh man, lame. but she's cute.
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
why
well,
should she get points for her genetics? Something she has no control over. I'm
remember
giving
the
her
guys.
points on her character, something she has complete control over.
Yeah, remember the guys that she's dating are probably within a couple of years of her age, most likely. And remember, at that age, they were just about as clueless as we were. And that's where I think that I think that you when something's working positively for a person, they tend to stick with it. And so far at this stage in her life, look, she's young, she's beautiful. She's going to probably be able to scoop by on those looks for at least another 3 to 5 years minimum.
You know I like it when they're tatted, Johnny, right?
Oh yeah, and
Uh,
she's actually not like. I mean, she doesn't
no,
look like a desk in detention. It's they're tasteful.
right. Strategically placed.
Mm.
Johnny.
Big glasses thing. What we got?
Everybody wants to be a man till it's time to be one. You know, she's real cute.
You've seen
She's
them.
close. But what do I always say? I'm not swiping on any profile where all the woman did was add a couple pictures from her camera roll. I have too much self-respect. And let me tell you why, nephews. It's because your time, that's the most valuable resource you have. You are never going to get it back. So you owe it to yourself to not waste any of your time. If you really want to be successful, you need to learn good time management.
Yep.
That being said, I don't know that I would even be compatible with her because she didn't put anything into this profile but a lack of effort. And I need women who are going to go hard for me, not women who are cute that feel like they don't have to put a lot of effort into things because they're cute. So I'm passing on this one, man. Y'all can have her. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that we run into a lot too is that this girl probably has an inbox absolutely jam packed with guys who don't know what to say to her other than "Hey, what's up?" Because the reason that, but not the reason, but one of the main reasons that I like when there is an actual bio worth reading is because I mean I know how to break the ice anyway, but with the bio, I got something to go off of. Improv group would call it a get. In other words, there'd be a way to break the ice and mention something that she's interested or mention something that you read in there. speaks to the fact that A, you read the profile and didn't just swipe on a picture, and B, that there's at least some depth to the way you communicate. Now, that's first impression, but it's important to have that. But with no bio, yeah, you have no topics. It's just, hey, what's up?
But
And
Johnny, I
chances are
feel like
90% of you guys are going to be talking to yourselves in the DMs anyway.
wait, I was, you know, Johnny, you say stuff, you take the words right out of my mouth sometimes. And gentlemen, if you don't have the right finesse, trying to talk to her about something in her profile is really going to set you up for failure, because if you don't have the finesse to know if it's bait or not, you could be actually being baited into the very thing she's looking for by trying to mention something about her likes.
And that's why we hate the company lines as much as we do, because, I mean, if that's all she lists, well, then, that's no different than passing someone on the sidewalk and saying, hey, how's it going? And then saying
Now,
it back.
As gentlemen, Johnny's right. Women have a lot of guys in their DMs. They get them morning, noon, and night. But nephews, let me tell you something. They're only getting their pick of the guys they don't want. All those guys that are in their DMs, they don't want them. I promise you they don't. So don't ever feel threatened, insecure about a DM from your chick getting DM'd by another dude. Now, I don't really go through messages, like women's phones and messages and shit. So I really wouldn't even know if somebody was DMing one of the bitches that I'm rocking with. But I got to tell you that's just, I don't know. I'm getting off topic here, Johnny. We're here talking about these dating profiles. Let me get this other one previewed. Now we got Clyde. I think he's on your channel. We got a comment from him.
Hey, what's up, Clyde?
No bio, usually, at least in my experience, means you'll need a crowbar to pry a meaningful conversation out of her, and get a WD-40 ready if you want the good info. Just saying.
Well played, my man. That's my man, Clyde Cool, ladies and gentlemen. Clyde Cool. Clyde Cool Jr.
All right, let me check this out, Johnny.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Oh, almost forgot. Hold on. Almost forgot. All right, there we go.
We got a solid profile here.
Doing the Batman thing, wearing a Superman shirt. But, hey,
okay, and let me see and let me elaborate a little bit when I say a solid profile. I mean that the woman added more than 2 or 3 pictures, that she took the time to fill things out. I don't know what it says. I just previewed it for a second. And most importantly, there aren't pictures of her children in it. So I have a lot of respect for women that take the time to do the little scratchy thing and color out their kid's face or put a sticker over it, because it's great to know that she's a single mom. I need to know that she's going to have demands on her time, but I'm not going to meet her kids. I'm not dating her kids. And I just think that our children's safety is of the utmost importance to us. And a lot of us don't realize that just putting pictures of our kids on a public dating profile could be inviting disaster. And look, we don't know who's on here. And we talk about this all the time about how you have to vet the women that you allow into your life, but that goes for everybody. There could be some really creepy people you meet online, and you can look at a picture of them and think, oh, she's cute. But really, she has BPD. She hates herself, and she's going to make your life hell as soon as you start telling her no. So you just got to be really careful, gentlemen. So we got Lindsay here, 38, and I didn't,
all kinds of crazy stuff.
I didn't mean to, say that Lindsay was any kind of crazy, but I was just using her for an example. Shout out to Lindsay.
Totally hypothetical, Lindsay.
Just hypothetical. We're not saying you're a crash out. All right, Johnny.
But if you ever do, we're going to act surprised. I promise.
There's no bio here.
Oh, lame.
Okay, she says, I get fully nervous when I'm complimented. Why would that be, Johnny?
Well, I don't know the way she spelled complimented. That means attitude. No, no, I get what she's saying. I think what she means is she gets fully biologically attracted when someone she's biologically attracted to compliments her at the very, very
No,
worst.
no.
I think that's the worst case scenario. I think that there could be some shyness involved, or it could be she gets. I don't know. Maybe she's afraid to get hit on. I don't know, Bill. What do we
Okay,
got?
here's why. Okay, she gets fully nervous when she's complimented. Now, why would she get nervous? She gets nervous because she's in survival mode, fight or flight. Now, these compliments are typically rooted in something. Guys who have certain intentions behind the compliment, expectations behind the compliment, if you know what I'm getting at, Johnny. So these guys are saying how beautiful and sexy and gorgeous she is, but what they're really saying is, hey, I want to take you somewhere and smash you. That's why she's getting nervous, because she's not attracted to the people that are attracted to her, would be my guess.
I guess I want to know what they mean by nervous, though. I mean, is it like that butterflies in the stomach nervous, the good nervous, or like the oh, this sounds like another one of those nice guys that
Okay,
compliment you
well,
until you shoot
even
them down,
the
kind of thing?
butterflies in the stomach is a trauma response. Are you aware of that?
Well, love is traumatic. I'll give him that.
Okay, my point. So I try to operate out of my parasympathetic nervous system. And to do that, sometimes to shift into it, I practice box breathing. You know what? I'm getting off track here. Let's get back to this profile. All right. It says, my dream is to buy land and build a tiny house. Johnny, I'm a big dude. Okay. I wouldn't. I spent part of my life living in a cell. I have no desire to live in a tiny house, my dude. So this is telling me that maybe her and I are not that compatible.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's not looking to live in a tool shed. She might, yeah, tiny might be like a 2 bedroom, 1 bedroom. I don't know.
Bro, you don't know what a tiny house is?
What, this is actually like a term?
Yes.
Oh, then no.
Oh my, Johnny, you don't know what a tiny house is.
I mean, I would imagine, well, the Lollipop Guild's quarters. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we could talk about this sometime when we're not live, but you're going to have to Google that. I bet you will blow your mind if you Google tiny houses in Pittsburgh.
I'm doing it right now.
All right. You want me to do it and share the screen?
Yeah, let's have a look. I think a lot of people. I hate to think I'm the only person that doesn't know what these things are.
I don't even. I'm like so detached from the Matrix. Like I don't even watch TV shows. Like people talk about sports and like I don't got time for any of that. But I happen to know what tiny houses are, and I think that's because I like little hippie women. And like a lot of them like want to live in these little tiny houses in like the middle of nowhere. So I'm all good on that. But her dream is to buy land and build a tiny house.
Is this like the size of an ice shanty, or what are we talking?
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Really?
maybe 2 of them. Yeah.
That sounds terrible. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. That's like a mausoleum.
Oh yeah, that's about the size of it, bro. The bedroom,
Oh
the
no,
kitchen, the living room, the
oh no,
bathroom.
man, no. See, I thought she meant like a tiny house compared to like a
No,
normal
bro.
size
It's
house.
like I think like 100 square feet or something. I don't know.
100 square. My bathroom is 100 square feet.
Okay, then I'm wrong. Maybe it's 1,000. I
No, I'm
don't
kidding.
know.
I no, my bathroom is definitely not 100 square.
All right. So my character flaw is I'm a heavy overthinker and will tell you nothing is wrong as I shut down.
Well, at least she's honest about it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing of it is we were talking about the company line earlier, and I got to tell you, and it's not just from my experience, not just from Bill's experience, but when you get online, you start seeking answers when things happen. You start to hear the same storyline over and over. You see the same behavioral patterns behind those storylines. And I gotta say, the overthinking and the whole shutting down, that is an all too common theme. I'm not gonna say it's a majority. I'm not saying, but it is a element that I hear a lot of. When I go through these kinds of things, especially when I'm reading the questions that I get for our Monday show, I'm seeing a lot of this from both her perspective and his. So his being the impact that hers has on him.
Johnny,
So I mean, there's a lot of there. There's a lot there.
Johnny, this is something I have seen time and time again in my own life.
Yeah, it's
Women tell
exhausting.
you nothing is wrong when really there is major things wrong, and you better figure it out, brother, quick. And
Well, you
shutting
know what though?
down,
I'll
I've
tell you
had
that.
that too because here's the thing: when women want to avoid accountability and they're dead ass in the wrong, and they cannot admit and say, "Hey, babe, I'm sorry, I'm wrong." The only thing they have left that they can do is to shut down.
Or if they don't respect you, they go to personal attacks.
There's that as well.
Yep.
I
And
don't deal with
honestly,
that
I
as
want you
much, but yeah.
and if you're in a relationship that you're afraid might be going the wrong direction, I'm telling you, the next time that particular, series of events occurs, I want you to focus on whether she shuts down or whether she comes right at your balls with something. Because the thing of it is it's going to tell you the story as to whether or not she actually has any respect for what you had to say. Plain and simple. And you in general.
Okay, she doesn't have a bio. She did put a little bit of effort into the profile. She answered a couple of the questions. I like her tattoos. I like the nose ring.
I like the glass.
I think I'm gonna swipe on her, Johnny. I like the glasses too. All right, Johnny.
I
I
don't
think
yeah.
what? Speak now or forever hold your peace, sir.
Well, I mean, the thing of it is, I'm glad. See, here's the thing. I'm torn between the fact that okay, she's going to be overthinking and doing the shutdown thing, but then again, that doesn't make her uncommon.
Right.
On the plus side, she's cognizant of it. She's aware of it, and she's at least willing to admit that up front to somebody that she doesn't even know is reading this. So okay, that's cool. Um, I would like to get a little more description from her from the bio, but
Right.
I mean,
Look,
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I think this is something I could work with. My level of discipline, my charm, my charisma, what naturally happens is women just want to be around me. They want to spend time with me. They'll like go to the grocery store and the post office and stuff like that with me if that is all the time they can get at me, or if they can get more time with me, but it includes that as well. So I would be rubbing off on this woman like she'd be doing yoga with me and learning, like going through yoga and learning yoga. That may help her not shut down as much, or, maybe become a little more self-aware of it. And I may be able to pull her out of that shutdown, with some stuff that we learn in yoga or something, so I just see stuff that I could work with. And yeah, she's kind of cute too.
I mean, I'd go left, but if you're happy, I'm happy. Let's do it.
All right.
Bless that bitch.
All right. So, almost forgot.
What'd you forget, sir?
I got it. There it is.
All right, let me preview our next one. Johnny, she's a nurse.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I mean, I'll tell the nephews if they want a little bit of game here. I like to swipe on nurses. Okay. And that's because I know how nurses really are. Okay. Nurses are very fun and playful. And I gotta be honest. Here, hold on. Let me show y'all something.
So much so that he had that picture ready to go.
There you go. This is how nurses are. I'm telling you. All right. So she's a nurse. And you know what? That's just from my own experience, nephews. I have yet to meet a nurse that makes me show an ounce of self-restraint in the bedroom. They are kinky and fun and playful and
Bless that bitch.
all of them.
Don't underestimate the nurse's aid either.
All right. So next profile, Johnny, we got Jody, who's a nurse. About Jody, equal parts sweet and savage, big on laughs, bigger on honesty.
Bless that bitch.
I don't do boring, big heart, loyal soul, and a little spark of sass. Looking for someone who values laughter, respect, and me. What do you think about that, Johnny?
Hmm. Well, as long as that respect is mutual, I would say that sounds okay. Um, equal parts sweet and savage. Okay, I mean that's I don't mind a little rough around the edges, and I think that when we say words like savage, we're kind of trying to sound a little edgier than we are. Let's face it, Jody. Which is cool. I mean, that's what seems savage to you might be different from somebody else, but hey, man, I think that's something that she's trying to demonstrate that she has that duality that we frankly all have. But it's nice to see that that's articulated.
See, nephews, when we talk about reading between the lines, there's some words that pop out on this page to me that aren't even here. There's two of them really big. And you know what words those are?
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, dear God. I
She
thought he
drink-
got rid of that button.
She drinks socially. Imagine that. All right, if I could bring back one trend, it would be forget trends. I'm here for face-to-face laughs and a little spark across the table.
Yes, Daddy.
All right. So, a little spark across the table. Well, we don't know what's going to be across the table, gentlemen, because when we go on that first date, especially if we actually like the girl, we will be looking across the table at nobody because we should be sitting next to her or in at least a situation where it could be promoted. Yeah, contact could be promoted, and yeah, I mean, there's
Johnny, this is why I'm so successful. I just break their whole algorithm. They expect their date
where
to
she
sit
gives you that
across
playful little
the
push or whatever it
table.
happens to be.
They expect
So,
their
yeah,
date
we
to sit
shouldn't know
across
what's
the
across the
table, and we're
table. There
telling these
shouldn't be
young
anything
men to
across the
pull
table,
out a
right?
chair and sit next to them.
I missed like
All right,
last
so
2 seconds of that. What's that?
are you got a delay or something?
Yeah, I want to say, well, the whole you froze for a second there.
Okay. I was saying that this is why we break women's algorithm. They expect their date to sit across the table from them. And we are teaching men that not to do that, to sit next to them. So we're showing you guys how you can be different, how you can stand out, the things that you can do to keep her thinking about you after the date was over. My God, no one's ever did that before. Sat right next to me like that, pulled my chair a little bit closer to his, started talking in my ear like that. Pay attention, gentlemen. We give you the game. And we're here every Monday and Thursday nights at 9:35 because we love you, nephews.
Right.
All right, Uncle Johnny. What are we doing here with Jody?
I think that she's been very descriptive as to describing her personality and a little bit about what she's looking for. She definitely doesn't seem like the I don't want this, I don't want that type. So there's a personability there. Certain sense of style. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a ride for me.
Right for you? Well, that's a right for me then, too.
All right,
Bless that bitch.
moving on.
Dog, do we got 3 already?
Dude, I think are we? No, we did have a left swipe. I was gonna say there's no way we're 3 for 3.
No, we're not 3 for 3, but I think that might have been the third swipe, right?
We're like 3 for 4 though. I mean, it's pretty close.
It's okay. Now, it did say I had 7 matches in my beeline. That means there's 7 women waiting to match with me. So here's what we're going to do for the nephews. If we match with any women tonight, I'm going to show them how to initiate that contact and the things that they should be doing. That first audio message, introducing themselves, getting the pitch of their voice just right, sounding seductive when you say it. You may look, years ago, I had to practice this stuff. I had to rehearse it. Let's say that, because hey, we don't practice, we rehearse. So, but there was a time where I would want to say things over the phone and I didn't sound that confident. I didn't sound that sure. It didn't come out the way I wanted to. So I had to practice that over and over and over. And when you do that, you get really good at leaving audio messages for women. Telling you, nephews, it's a skill you need to develop to set yourself apart from everyone else trying to get at her.
And if you're going to go that route, it's going to start with some self-confidence too. I mean, and don't fake it, because I'm telling you right now, whether it's in person, whether it's via text message, whether it's via friggin' smoke signal, if you are not confident and you are trying to play at being confident, you're trying to just appear confident, that comes across even creepier than being like shy to a fault. Okay, and there's a creepiness that just gets, because it's not real. You're coming with this energy that is disingenuous. You know who else comes with a confidence that is false, or confidence with falsehood? They're called con artists. And the thing of it is, again, women can spot fake confidence. They can smell that like a fart in the car. All right. If you're gonna try to fake it, just don't. If you're
Well,
not sure, talk to us. If you're not sure, talk to us first.
not just fake confidence, Johnny, but conditional confidence as well. And this is why our nephews really need us, because they don't know the difference. They don't understand that car that they bought, that cologne that they bought, those clothes that they just bought, those Jordans, all of that stuff is conditional confidence. It's not a reflection of who you really are. You're standing on stuff that you bought. You're standing on your wallet. The woman is going to know that you're really setting yourself up for failure, because what you're doing is you're flexing on your wallet instead of who you are as a man, your standards and your principles and your behaviors.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, if you're starting to put, designer clothes on yourself, now all of a sudden you got this outfit that you like, let's say. Now you want to try to mold your personality to fit that outfit. And that's the exact opposite of what you should be doing. You should be just figuring out who you are, figuring out what you like about yourself, figuring out why you should be confident in yourself, and then let the clothes express that person that you are. Just like when you're out there vetting these young ladies, you have a program that she should fit. If she does not fit it, we have a phrase for that. Bill?
Okay, let's see, Johnny. Let's get our next profile up. Can you see Charlie?
I can.
All right, Charlie's 46. That might be a little old for me, dog. I got to be honest.
That's a little filtered too.
Okay, so I have it set from 23 to 50, because I will date women in their 20s, preferably their late 20s. I do really well with women in their 30s. Women in their 40s, depending on the woman, I'll start to find them boring. I know, Johnny, that sounds crazy. Women my age, I found boring. But when they start
I get
showing me pictures of grandkids, it's just not something I'm that into, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I mean, and I think it's because, like, we remember our grandmothers with, like, the plastic covered couches, Seth Rogen would say. No, and I mean, the thing is that, I'm not saying that when you reach a certain age that you should just give up. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that I think that this young lady, if she's looking for someone, she's probably going to more likely be with somebody a little bit older than herself. I'm not saying she's not attractive. She is. But I mean, there's a desperation I'm seeing in this photo here that, I mean, maybe I'm misreading it, and I hope I am. But it really just seems like, when you combine the push-up act along with what's clearly a filter or just one hell of a makeup job, this is somebody who's really trying to put her best face and other frontal aspects forward. So
look like she has a forced smile.
I don't see a smile at all.
Right.
I mean, that's just it. I don't get it.
All right. Well, hey, I don't want to knock. This might be the best profile
like I said,
tonight. I don't know yet. I'm just saying, in general, when I start to run into women in their mid 40s, and even though they're still attractive, great example here. It's their personalities and the things that they do that are turnoffs to me,
Yeah.
especially like how I am with self-improvement, going to the gym, my diet, other discipline. When I meet a woman that's about my age and she has no discipline, smokes cigarettes, just diet is horrible, drinks like 1 bottle of water a week, that's just not, I'm not compatible with them.
Right.
So
And there's
it
an
doesn't
element
matter
of
how attractive they are. If I'm not compatible with them, I'm not compatible with them.
right. There's an element of jadedness that does seem to kind of be the common theme. But let's not write her story for her. We haven't even seen the bio yet.
Well, Johnny, I got to tell you, I don't think we're going to see the bio tonight because there isn't one.
Oh man. See, here's the thing. I mean, I think that when it comes to that point where you're reaching that age where, like you said, she's starting to show photos of her grandkids or whatever, you know, I would think that she would have learned to at least add some substance to what is, again, not a bad looking woman. Um, I think that what might be the case is she might still be getting a very great deal of attention from the men that are 5, maybe 10 years older than she is. And hey, maybe that's what she's targeting. Maybe that's her demographic. Maybe that's what she's looking for. And if that's the case, then she's going to probably fall in line with, at least for the same reason as these young 20 somethings not putting a bio on their pictures because, they're attractive to men our age, men, between their age and ours. Where, this young lady maybe is not attracting guys our age and younger, but hey, she's able to put a picture out there with no bio. And remember, we've got a lot of guys that are in between their mid 50s to mid 60s who the way of doing things when it comes to courtship and dating is not what it was when they were, young men dating, in the 70s, 80s, whatever it was.
Simps.
I didn't want to have to say it, but yeah. Yeah. I was trying to be nice, but yeah.
Okay, then
And
let's be nice about it. Let's call it sponsors because that's what they are.
it's even worse. But it's true. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I mean, and I'm not saying that's what she's looking for here. But what I am saying is that I think that when you combine, a picture like that with the lack of a bio, it's obvious she's still getting plenty of attention. Probably still has a pretty full inbox of guys that would like to talk to her, but they're probably a little bit older than we are.
So she's happiest when I'm listening to music. And you know what, Johnny? I got to tell you,
Yeah.
I love listening to music, bro. I was bumping some Joyner Lucas before we started tonight.
I mean, I think that's pretty. That's a pretty common generalized thing to say. I think it's nice
Oh,
that she
that's
likes music, but
Johnny,
I have again, I
is that
have
a
yet to meet
company
a person
line?
who doesn't. It
Johnny,
is
is
kind
that
of a company
line?
line. I have yet to meet the person that doesn't like music. I mean, I've never had somebody say, "God, I hate when my favorite song comes on the radio." This is Gen X. I'm talking about radio, my Spotify. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's great, and you know what? I love listening music too, and I listen to it while I'm lifting, listen to it while I'm running, while I'm biking. Um, but I mean, again, who doesn't?
I mean, she is attractive,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think her
but
nose disappeared on that picture on the right, but
I don't like that there's no info in here. Like, I
yeah, I
just don't.
mean,
I don't know why
again,
somebody would think that. Look,
her pictures are getting her the attention that she needs at this time. But I
but
think that
she's
if she was,
not getting the date she wants. She's not meeting the man she wants, and that's because she's not putting the effort into it. So I'm gonna
yeah,
pass on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this one, dog. I want effort in the profile. So I know she put some effort into me. Now,
yep,
just because she's pretty and whatever you like about her, her eyes, her lips,
yeah,
maybe the way her neck would feel in your hand, whatever the case may be, that is no excuse to just swipe on her. So I'm
yeah.
passing on this one, dog.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right. So moving forward,
You with the Batman, bro. That's hilarious. Talk about take my
I love it.
soundboard.
I love it. Mm-hmm.
Adam West is coming for yours.
Man, he was a great Batman. I mean, for the TV series, he really was. By the way, in the comments, who was the best Batman? Just kind of want to see. And I mean, I don't just
Well,
mean TV.
because if you're going to ask
Of all
who the best
movies, who was the
Batman
best
is, then
Batman?
I want to ask the nephews who the best Batman villain is. Really? Are we talking
Ooh, okay.
Joker? Are we talking Bane?
And which Joker?
All right, we missed a comment from Cloud a second ago before we started talking about Batman. It says the lack of info could be a lack of substance. Someone who still depends on their looks to get what they want. Maybe I'm too cynical, but that's what it seems like to me.
No, not at all.
No, you're right on point, Clyde. And if you come across this profile on your Bumble, on your Hinge, on your Tinder, don't swipe on her.
Yeah, I mean, the thing of it is that no, that's
Tinder
not cynical at all. That's a behavioral pattern that yeah, that's a behavioral pattern that I read in every question that I get, almost every question that I get every week. I read that behavioral pattern in all of the Bill and I do our own research, watching other YouTube videos. We see a lot of the same storylines and behaviors there. The thing of it is it's just like business. It's just like anything else. Sales tactics, especially. I mean, if you got something that works, you stick with it. If I could go to a bar and just get people to buy me drinks just because I look, just because I'm cute. If you think for 1 second I wouldn't do it, I would have done it if that was all I knew growing up, and if that had always worked from my teen years on. Hell yeah! I mean, if it was always the way that got my way, I wouldn't know any other way. So I mean, at that point, yeah, I would agree.
When women do that, when they go to the bar and guys buy them drinks and they're like, "Oh, I'm just friends with everyone," I see that as manipulative behavior. So that's like a huge red flag for me when a woman's going to a bar and a bunch of guys are always buying her drinks and they're all just her friends. I don't like that one bit.
But guess what? Here's the thing: when you go spending that money, whose fault is it? Not hers. You had a choice, man. You had a choice, and you had a choice not only to read her body language, read the way she was, but read the room too. I mean, if you're seeing this kind of behavior going around the room with this one person, she gets to you, hey, be friendly, be polite. Hey, how's it going? But I mean, yeah, don't go blowing money on it.
All right, let's check out our next profile.
I had to do it again.
We got Jen. She's 44. Life goals: love and follow Jesus, love and serve people, never stop learning, actually read all the books I buy. I really want to. Host enough parties for all the recipes in my cookbook collection.
Bless that bitch.
Yeah.
Build a Christ-centered family and have fun in all of life's adventures together.
Listen, I mean,
bless that bitch.
If you can share a common spirituality with the people that live in your home, and you have that agreement, and that you make that the center of the glue that holds you together, or the glue that hey man, if you found that spiritual level that you could share that on aside from just the physical and just the mental and just the biological, that's another way you can connect. Fantastic. I got to be honest with you. I'm on the fence when it comes to my beliefs at this point in my life. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and not waste any of her time and go left.
Well, this show is not about our beliefs, but I got to tell you, I don't have a problem with a woman that wants that is her whole universe is centered around church. Like, I would go to her church and check it out and see, like, you know what I mean? Like, check it out. Like, are these like the people, like that are going to be drinking the Kool-Aid in a half a year? Or, you know what I mean? There's this, right. I would just check it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's, and I mean, hey, if that's something she's looking for, that's fantastic. And I do, now here's the thing that I do like. She's very clear and very concise on what it is that she's looking for and what her non-negotiables are. She's looking for this to be centered on that faith. And yeah, I think that's I think that's fantastic. If that's
Based on the
you know,
bio, I got to tell you, I'm probably pretty compatible with her. I'm always trying to learn something new. Recently, over the last 2 weeks, Johnny, I learned how to start blessing my water and put positive energy and love into the water that I drink so it can heal and empower me. And I've also been learning something called, let me just stop right there. I'm always learning stuff so I can get behind that. And we don't need to talk about intermittent hypoxia tonight. Reading books, I love to read. I never get enough time to read, though. I have so many demands on my time that sitting down with a book for an hour a day I have to be very productive with the time that I do have. I don't have a lot of downtime. I don't have time to read right now. She wants to host enough parties for all the recipe in her cookbook collection. Who's the one always saying they give women bonus points for owning aprons? I like it when they like cooking on their interest. I like it when they have baking in their interest. And with the church thing, I don't really have an issue with that. I'd like to learn more. But if I learned more, Johnny, I'd really want to go to a mosque. I'd want to learn more about Islam. But I'm getting off topic again.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into learning something new as far as spirituality and things like that, yeah, but what the heck? I mean, like I say, if you're happy, I'm happy.
Okay, it says, win me over by being yourself, teaching me something, making me laugh.
Bless that bitch.
Actually, know her.
Together we could browse bookstores, go salsa dancing, compare punny jokes, share about our faith in Jesus Christ.
Bless that bitch.
I've had a bookstore date before, and it was actually really enjoyable. I would do it again.
She ends the sentence with her faith, and Bill hits the button.
Yeah.
Bless that bitch.
I'm rocking the Boss Mac hoodie tonight, dog. And bless the bitch that bought this for me, too.
Bless that bitch.
And one day Gordon Ramsay's going to drive the bus that I'm riding on straight to hell. Okay.
Okay, it says, my dream is to visit every country in Europe. I'm halfway there. Let's go. She's from Poland.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. I know where that is.
All right. So, Johnny, I'm not really interested in her. I don't want to swipe on her, but let's tell the nephews, let's give them the game on what they need to do to swipe on her.
Well,
okay. Yeah, I'm here.
I think you cut off mid-sentence there.
All right. So I said, I'm not interested in her. I don't want to swipe on her, but let's go ahead and give the nephews the game on how they could get at her if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the bookstore thing, if they still exist. But
I'm sure they have some really cool ones in Pittsburgh. I know they do in Cleveland.
I don't think I've set foot in a bookstore in a few years. I was definitely here in Pittsburgh at the time, but it's been a while. But I mean that's actually
you wake up every day and got a bench to press. I know, but try to get to the bookstore sometime.
Well, see, I do download them. I just don't, do the physical copy anymore.
Okay,
I should. It is really, it is a great experience.
Look, nephews, this is when we talk about compatibility, this is what we talk about. And so many of you guys want to know like where to go to meet women. It really comes down to you and the things you like. I'll go to a bookstore and pull a bitch. I'll go to the organic food section of any grocery store and pull. I will pull a bitch at a dollar store, Walmart. It doesn't matter. Anywhere I'm going, there's just a few rules with it. If the woman is at her job, if she's working, you can't really gauge her interest in you because she's being paid to be nice to you. So unless they're overly obsessed about it and want to give you their number without you even asking about it, you're supposed to leave women who are at their job alone. And you're supposed to leave women at the gym alone. Other than that, they're fair game. Strike up a conversation with them. Introduce them to a man that'll change their life forever. I promise you, nephews, they will thank you for it. A lot of women are waiting. When you finally do go approach them, they think, oh my God, it's finally happening to me. So have some balls. Go up and talk to these women in real life. I'm telling you, you will be surprised at your results. Now, Johnny, the bookstore is a great one. I would have her meet me at the bookstore.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and the thing of it is, especially since most bookstores nowadays have a coffee shop in or near them, that does give an opportunity to, have that conversation, whether you're walking down, through the aisles of books or, if you meet for a cappuccino or whatever the hell.
And what are we always telling them? That the second date should be cooking at their crib or hers, and she's talking about her cookbook collection. So your first date is at the bookstore. She gets a new cookbook, and for your second date, she's gonna cook you something out of it. That's how you get at her, nephews. All right, we're passing on her, nephews. Y'all can have them.
All right.
Okay. Clyde again coming in saying, gotta respect somebody strong in their beliefs. Let me get it up on the screen. Maybe I got a delay. Regardless of their beliefs, people should be steadfast in something, show strength and substance. I can dig it. That was pretty on point, I gotta tell you. I appreciate your comments, Clyde.
Yeah.
Some of these young men that see some of the shorts that we make from this, they'll benefit from some of that wisdom of yours. So I appreciate the comments.
Definitely.
All right, Johnny.
Yeah, Clyde's been through the ringer a few times himself.
Well, hey, that's how we get so seasoned. That's how we get forged through the fire. We go through the ringer. All right. We got Sammy, 35. Can you see her?
I do.
All right. First thing I noticed, Johnny, is there is no bio.
See, I was about to commend her for not being like heavily made up, in the picture. I was actually kind of excited to see that she didn't have 14 layers of makeup. It actually looked pretty natural. But then you go no bio, no makeup is a good idea.
Natural.
No bio is a bad idea.
Natural look too, with no makeup.
Yeah. I mean, she's naturally pretty, but she's also naturally not talkative, I guess.
I've had some of the most beautiful women in the world look at me in the morning and be like, don't look at me. I don't have makeup. It's like, bitch, you are so pretty. You don't even need it. Stop it.
Like, I already know what you look like. Why do you think I took you swimming on date number 3?
Says, I'm hoping you are respectful and honest and funny. That's got to be a company line, right?
Well, I mean, the funny thing, of course, we
they can't help the funny thing. If they're attracted, okay, funny to me is funny is like money. Okay, a woman will date a guy she's into without money, but if he has money, it's a bonus. Same thing with funny. A woman will date a guy she's into. If he's funny, that's a bonus. She's not going to not date him because he's not funny. And a lot of you guys don't understand that. A woman's also she's not going to not date you because you don't have money. If she is sexually attracted to you, you don't have to have money. She will use her own money to pay for things, nephew. I'm telling you this from my experience. Shout out to KZag, hashtag her debit card works too.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Johnny.
I mean, respectful and honest should speak to your level of self-respect and honesty with yourself. If you're able to do that consistently, you should have no problem doing that with her. What I like to focus on is once you've got that down pat, funny is a nice little bonus to throw in there because you can elicit something that we call laughter from her. Laughter is a positive reaction that, let's face it, if it's funny enough, she can't control. And I do believe that that does set something in her subconscious that says, wow, if he can give me one pleasant reaction that I can't control, you know. Now, does she articulately think that in her head? Of course not. But I do think there's some kind of subconscious connection that she makes between those two things. I do.
So what else we got here? When my phone dies, I usually freak TF out.
Oh man, come
Crashes
on.
out over not having a phone.
It kind of really sounds like she's got a lot of experience for that too. You know, like I mean, getting upset about it. I mean,
Don't be mad if I get snippy. I've been through a lot.
okay. So once again, yeah. Well, I mean,
You
we're
want to
we're,
tell
we're
him or you want
talking.
me to tell him? Go ahead. You can tell him.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about somebody who's going to ask that you not get snippy with her and accept when she does it with you. And why? Both for the same reason. She's been through a lot. She finds herself in the unique situation that she has been in relationships that somehow failed and it either was or wasn't her fault. And she finds herself in the unique situation that by her age, by this time in her life, that she simply doesn't want to deal with bullshit. Well, I mean, I got to tell you, she's part of a club called Pretty Much Everybody. But the thing of it is she puts that across with, that kind of "don't you dare" kind of attitude with that statement, and it really just. I'm not saying that she would be this way, but it really does kind of throw at me the chance of her being, willing to enforce a double standard, when it comes to, having that kind of an attitude conversationally. I don't like.
Getting snippy. I've been through a lot. Johnny, I can't stand women that I got to handle with kid gloves because they don't know how to manage and mitigate their emotions.
Look, if you've been through a lot in your life, I understand, man. There's a lot of people that have been through a lot in your life, but it was the life you were dealt, If you're not able to function in a relationship, then don't.
Well,
But
well,
in
well,
in this, you know,
what were we talking about like a half hour ago? About the women who want to avoid accountability and they just shut down?
right. And I mean, yeah, they either shut down, they run away from the situation. I have a one particular ex who was very avoidant when it came to that sort of thing.
I've
And
been through a lot.
and
She's gonna
and
start
and
making
there's
excuses now? Nah.
yeah, and I mean, and exactly that. And I mean, but if she doesn't respect you at all, she might not remove herself from the situation. She'll shift the conversation to getting you angry, just like Bill Burr said, until you get angry and call her a name, and then now you're in this room. That's what the fight's about now. There's a way that they deflect when they're, when they A don't respect you and B have been cornered by logic or whatever argument you presented that was the correct answer. Um, I understand that when you corner somebody, they do tend to be combative, but at the same time, if you had the logic and reasoning, if you had the edge on logic and reasoning in this particular debate, you wouldn't be in the corner in the first place.
All right. Well, we're gonna pass on Sammy here, Johnny.
Bye, Sammy.
All right. I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this up tonight, Johnny.
Yeah, dude, we got what? Did we get 4?
We got 4.
We got 4, man.
I got
Hell yeah.
4. I know. Shout out to the ladies. Now, let's see if any of them swipe on me and I get a date out of it this weekend. I'll definitely let the nephews know. Something else Johnny and I were talking about nephews right before we went live.
Yes.
I know a lot of you guys think that some of the stuff I talk about is completely unbelievable, that I can't possibly treat women this way, that I can't possibly act this way. So one thing that I like to do is provide women with a certain amount of privacy when they're dealing with me. Okay, that's because women don't like it when you put their business out on the streets. But I was telling Johnny, I could probably take some screenshots and block out some names and just show you nephews how women like it when they talk, how they respond when you talk to them a certain way, and just the way that they're willing to treat you and go hard for you. I'm going to start showing y'all by example. So Johnny and I might even turn it into a series where we make a short video about it and upload it to our channels rather than do a live stream or something. But him and I'll talk about that on the back end. because I know him and I both want to do more with the video uploads on each of our channels.
Yeah.
And which
Definitely.
reminds me, nephews, please go to Johnny Dumbbell's channel and subscribe to his channel. I'm trying to get my man up to 100 subscribers. He's been doing very well. His growth is amazing, and I appreciate having him on this podcast week in, week out. Johnny is one of the most consistent people I know, and I'm grateful to be able to call him a friend, and you guys
man.
would be
Love you, brother.
grateful to be able to call him a mentor. So subscribe to the channel, start watching the shorts, participate in the live streams. Nephews, we are here to help you. We want the best for you. We want to see you all get the girl. Each and every one of you, I'm rooting for you.
And remember, nothing changes if nothing changes.
All right. You got anything you want to say before we leave it up?
Yeah, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Good night. God bless. Be careful in all of your endeavors. And remember, talk to us before you do something stupid. But above all, if you drink, don't drive. And if you drive, don't park, because accidents cause people. Good night.